What if I told you the number one cause of catastrophic engine failure costs less than $50 to prevent? That's right, not $5,000, not even $500. A simple part, cheaper than dinner for two, can save your engine from complete destruction. The wild part? Most drivers ignore it. And worse, your mechanic may never even mention it, because when things break, they make money. Today, I'm going to expose 7 dirt-cheap cleaning tricks that protect your engine from warped heads, blown gaskets, ruined catalytic converters, and complete failure. These are easy fixes, most you can do in your driveway, often in less than half an hour. And at the end, I'll reveal the one so-called extreme clean that does more harm than good, a trick that's ruined more engines than it's ever saved. Stick with me, because missing just one of these could cost you thousands of dollars and take years off your car's life. Number 1. The silent killer. Your air filter. We're starting with the engine air filter because it's the one most drivers think they understand, but almost everyone gets wrong. Most manuals say, replace every 30,000 to 45,000 miles. That sounds reasonable, right? But here's the trap. Those numbers are for regular service conditions. And who actually drives under regular conditions? Almost nobody. If you drive in stop-and-go traffic, if you make short trips under 4 miles, if you idle in hot summers or freezing winters, congratulations, you're under severe service. And in severe service, you need to replace that air filter every 12,000 to 15,000 miles, or once a year. Why does this matter so much? When your filter clogs, your engine gets less oxygen. Less oxygen means incomplete combustion. That leads to misfires, fouled plugs, stalling, and eventually, you guessed it, damage to your oxygen sensor and catalytic converter. A dirty filter can turn into a $2,500 repair bill. Here's the crazy part. An air filter costs around $20, and you can swap it in less than 10 minutes. No special tools, no skills required. Just pop open the plastic air box, lift the filter, and replace. The simple test? Hold your filter up to the light. If you can't see through it, it's choking your engine. Replace it. And if you use aftermarket filters, like K and N, remember to clean and re-oil them properly. Skip that step, and you risk damaging the very parts you're trying to protect. Think about it. $20 and 10 minutes now, or $2,500 later. That's not just a smart move, it's the difference between driving your car another 100,000 miles or watching it die in your driveway. Number 2. Fuel injectors. Hair-thin lifelines. Now let's talk about something even smaller, but just as deadly. Fuel injectors. The nozzle on a fuel injector is thinner than a strand of human hair. That tiny opening delivers the perfect mist of fuel your engine needs. But it doesn't take much to clog it. And when it clogs, things go downhill fast. Rough idling, misfires, terrible fuel economy, failed emissions tests, and worst of all, detonation. That's the knocking sound you sometimes hear when things go really wrong. Detonation hammers your pistons and cylinder heads until they literally crack. At that point, you're staring at a $2,000 to $8,000 repair bill. Or worse, a total engine replacement. So how do you avoid this? Simple. Keep your injectors clean. Every few thousand miles, pour a fuel injector cleaner into your tank. It scrubs not just the injectors, but the fuel lines, intake valves, and combustion chambers. Even better, use top-tier gasoline. It costs just a few cents more per gallon, but it's loaded with detergents designed to prevent carbon buildup. Every major car maker recommends it, and it's proven to extend engine life. Here's where most people go wrong. They wait until it's too late. By the time injectors are clogged solid, you'll need a professional deep clean. That can run up to $1,000. And if you bought a high-mileage car that's already neglected, you may not have a choice. But if you start early, using injector cleaner every few oil changes and sticking to top-tier gas, you'll never face that nightmare. It's a cheap insurance policy for one of the most delicate parts of your engine. Remember, your engine is only as strong as its weakest link. And when that link is thinner than human hair, it pays to keep it clean. Number 3. The $10 mass airflow sensor trick. Here's a fun fact. The check engine light is one of the most ignored warnings in history. On average, drivers ignore it for 4 months. 4 months! And one of the most common reasons that light comes on? A dirty mass airflow sensor. The MAF sensor is tiny but critical. It measures how much air is entering your engine so the computer can add the perfect amount of fuel. When it's clean, your car runs smooth. When it's dirty, everything falls apart. You get rough idling, poor acceleration, terrible mileage, and sometimes even dangerous stalls or surges. Most people panic and replace the sensor for $400 to $500. But here's the trick. Don't replace it. Clean it. All you need is a $10 can of MAF cleaner. Unplug the sensor and remove it carefully. Spray 10 to 15 short bursts directly onto the hot wire. Let it air dry on a cloth for 15 minutes. Never touch it, never blow on it, never use a hairdryer. Reinstall, and you're done. Do this every 10,000 to 15,000 miles, or whenever you change your air filter, and you'll keep your MAF reading perfectly. It's 15 minutes of work that can save you hundreds of dollars. And here's the kicker. A failing MAF doesn't just cost money. It can cause sudden stalls or violent surges on the road. That's not just inconvenient, that's dangerous. So, next time that little orange light pops on, don't panic, don't ignore it, and definitely don't hand over $500 to a mechanic without trying the $10 fix first. Number 4. The overlooked PCV valve. Now we move to something even more obscure, the positive crankcase ventilation valve, or PCV valve. Most drivers have never even heard of it, but when it fails, it can quietly destroy your engine from the inside out. Here's what it does. The PCV valve releases built-up gases from your engine's crankcase, preventing pressure from getting out of control. But when it clogs, pressure skyrockets. That pressure blows out seals and gaskets, leading to massive oil leaks. From there, you're looking at overheating, oil starvation, and in many cases, a blown head gasket. That's a $3,000 disaster. The fix? Shockingly cheap. Inspect it every 20,000 miles. Shake it. If you hear the little ball rattle, it's probably fine. If it's dirty, soak it in carb cleaner or brake cleaner for 5 to 60 minutes, depending on how gummed up it is. Once it's dry, reinstall. That's it. You've just extended its life by another 20,000 to 50,000 miles. Here's the beauty of it. Some PCV valves last forever if you keep them clean. Others cost just $20 to $80 to replace. Compare that to thousands in gasket and seal repairs, and it's obvious why this little part deserves more attention. It may not be glamorous. You won't brag about cleaning your PCV valve at a car meet, but trust me, your wallet will thank you. Number 5. The truth about the EGR valve. If you've ever hung around car forums, you've heard of the infamous EGR delete. People claim removing the exhaust gas recirculation valve boosts performance, but here's the ugly truth. Deleting your EGR is not only illegal, it's a fast track to engine damage. The EGR's job is to recirculate exhaust gases back into the engine, reducing emissions and preventing extreme combustion temperatures. Without it, you get knocking, overheating pistons, and long-term engine wear. Some drivers delete it thinking they'll save money on maintenance. In reality, it costs them more. Studies show fuel consumption can jump by 15% after an EGR delete. And when those pistons fail, you're out thousands. Plus the fines, up to $5,000 for tampering with emissions equipment. The smarter move? Clean it. Every 30,000 miles, remove the EGR valve. Spray it with EGR cleaner or carburetor cleaner. Let it soak for a few hours, or overnight if it's really bad. Replace the gasket when you reinstall. Done right, you'll extend its life by 100,000 miles for under $40. So, forget the delete hype. Keep your EGR, keep your money, and keep your engine alive. Number 6. The throttle body danger. Here's where things get life or death. The throttle body. Every time you press the gas pedal, the throttle body opens a butterfly valve, letting in air. The computer then adds fuel to match. Simple, right? But over time, carbon and grime build up. The valve starts sticking. And when it sticks at the wrong time, imagine this. You're merging onto the highway, you hit the gas, and your engine stalls. Or worse, surges unpredictably. That's why throttle body cleaning isn't optional, it's essential. Every 30,000 miles, disconnect the battery and hoses. Spray throttle body cleaner onto the valve. Scrub both sides gently with a brush or swab. Wipe clean, reassemble, and you're done. It takes half an hour, costs maybe $15 in supplies, and it could literally save your life. Neglect it, and you risk not just repairs, but accidents. And no repair bill is worth that. Number 7. Cooling system flush. The number one cause of engine death, now for the big one, the cooling system. Half, yes, half, of catastrophic engine failures come from cooling system neglect. Let that sink in. Coolant doesn't last forever. Over time, it breaks down, turns acidic, and starts corroding your radiator and engine block. It clogs passages with rust and sediment, and once that happens, your engine overheats. Warped cylinder heads, blown head gaskets, cracked blocks. Repairs from $1,500 to $4,000, or the end of the road for your car. Here's how to stop it. Check coolant monthly. Look for level, color, and smell. If it smells sweet, like syrup, you may already have a leak. If it's brown or murky, it's contaminated. Flush every 30,000 miles, or sooner if your manufacturer recommends. A DIY flush is easy. Drain the old coolant. Run distilled water through until it's clear. Add a flush chemical if needed. Then refill with fresh antifreeze. Or, if you don't want to risk it, pay a shop $100 to $150. That's a fraction of the cost of repairs. The truth is, a simple coolant flush is like life support for your engine. Skip it, and you're practically guaranteeing an early death. Bonus, the flush of death. And now, the one cleaning trick you should never do. The dreaded engine oil flush. Mechanics love selling it. It sounds great. Pour in a cleaner, dissolve sludge, save your engine. But here's the truth. Modern cars using synthetic oil rarely develop enough sludge to need it. And when you do use a flush, the harsh chemicals can damage seals and gaskets. Worse, they can push sludge into tiny oil passages, blocking them completely. Suddenly, instead of cleaning your engine, you've starved it of oil. And that means overheating, high consumption, or catastrophic failure. The rule is simple. If your car has less than 150,000 miles and you've been using good oil, skip it. Stick to regular oil changes. If your car is older and full of sludge, just change the oil more frequently. Gradually, the sludge will reduce without risking sudden failure. An oil flush is a gamble, and in most cases, the house wins, and your engine loses. So there you have it. 7 simple cleaning tricks that can keep your engine alive for hundreds of thousands of miles, and one flashy fix that can do the exact opposite. Think about it. A $20 air filter, a $10 can of cleaner, a $40 EGR valve refresh. None of these are glamorous. None will win you points at a car meet. But each one is a cheap line of defense against catastrophic failure. Ignore them, and you're gambling with thousands in repair bills. Worse, you're risking your safety every time you drive. The good news? You don't need to be a mechanic. Most of these fixes take less than half an hour and can be done with basic tools. And if you stay consistent, your car could easily last 300,000, even 500,000 miles. Now, if you learned something new today, do me a favor. Hit that like button so this video gets out to more drivers who need it. Subscribe for more insider tips that save you thousands and keep your car running strong.